I take off running again. By this point, I fall, y'all. My hand is all cut up. My knees are bruised up. Not too bad because I didn't fall too bad, but turn into my neighborhood. I see as I'm turning, he makes a full stop in the middle of the road. At this point, I know this man is about to follow me.
What's good, peeps? It's your boy JP back at it again with another reaction video, and today we are reacting to Ty Boogie. Shout out to Ty, man. Ty, don't miss, man. Ty, do not miss. Shout out to Ty Boogie. That's the dog. Maybe one day we can do a collab and hop on a stream and yap it up and like talk about topics or something. You know what I mean? He really dope. I think he really wise, and I'm really with that too. You know what I mean? I really like that. But anyway, today's video is women are inviting kidnappers into their home. That's just a crazy title, but we about to see like what does that even mean? Like how, when, where? I don't know. But before we figure out all those answers to all those questions, I need you to hit the like and subscribe button. Join the Prosper Gang. I'm on my road to monetization, trying to get to them 1,000 subscribers. So I got some ways to go, but we're going to do that. So join the Prosper Gang. We keeping it PG. It's a whole lot of prosperity going on around this mug. You feel me? So without further ado, let's get into the video.
Am I the only person that plays out scenarios in my head if anybody ever try to kidnap me and throw me in the back of their car? Like, I've really told myself I'll jump out of the trunk and karate kid all of the bad guys the same way they did in Rush Hour, and then I'm gonna run off into the abyss. Am I the only one to have these thoughts? Maybe, but that's beside me.
I
but
do
you know,
too.
it's one thing to think about what you would do in these situations, but it's another thing when the situation is actually in front of you. Trust me, y'all, I know. I went to Iraq. Your brain makes you do something completely different from what you planned or envisioned in your head. Listen to this woman's story on how she was followed after she left the movie theater, and let's see if you could count how many things she did wrong. Check this out.
I am making this video to let y'all know, please be safe and please be aware of your surroundings. Literally an hour ago, I was coming home from the movies, Kennesaw, AMC in Kennesaw. I'm on Ernest Barrett. I come to a light, and there is a black Kia, a truck. It is a male in this truck, a male with dreads. Pulls
I got dreads. What you trying to say? No, man.
on the side of me in the Kia truck. I literally look at him. He looking at me, so I scoot up a little bit closer to the light. He also scoots up with me. At this point, I look back over at him, and he's reaching down in his passenger side. If you know me, you already know my anxiety already be on 10. So I'm like, what he reaching for? The light turns green. I speed through the light. I'm thinking he's trying to race because he then speeds up also, and he comes up next to me. He's trying to make sure he stays next to me. I braked, he braked. I got over, but at this point he was in front of me, so he couldn't get over behind me or whatever. He stayed in front of me. At this point, I'm about to get ready to turn into my neighborhood. Mind y'all, something in my spirit was telling me, hurry up and get home. Hurry up and get home.
That's what you did wrong. If you feel like somebody's following you, first of all, always understand your car is your biggest line of defense. So that's a barrier between you and the other person, right? That's one. So don't get out your car. That's one. Two, if you feel like somebody's following you, the last thing you want to do is lead them to your house. I'm not going home. If somebody's following me, first of all, I'm gonna test to see if he's following me. I know I'm a man, so I have a little bit more leeway with this, but this is what I would do, even in her, because that's why I started off by saying your car is your first line of defense. So though I'm a man, in the car, we both kind of on the equal level. As a man or a woman, we both on the car, so we both have the same line of defense. That's your weapon and your line of defense. Okay, so if I was her, what I would have done, first of all, calm down. Second of all, think of all the different scenarios this could be, as you're trying to navigate through this situation. And thirdly, and all this need to be happening fast, like seconds, right? Thirdly, don't go home. Circle the block. Like 3-4. Circle the same block 3-4 times. See if they following you. At that point, as you're circling the block, after you circle the block once and you circle the block, all right, do it one more time. And as you circle the block the second time, and I'm granted, I'm behind the screen, so I'm saying this, but this is what you need to be doing. As you circle it the second time, type in the GPS to the nearest police station. Or if you don't know where that is, go to the nearest ER hospital, to the nearest 24-hour emergency room. One of the two, because they normally have security there too. Or go to the nearest like public area, like a Walmart, not 24 hours, but the nearest mall area where there's a bunch of people, depending on what time it is. But ideally, go to a police station, go to an ER emergency room, park in front of everybody. Don't go home. And when you're there in front of everybody, they're not going to do nothing. Call somebody to come meet you, call the police, something. But the last thing you want to do is go home. No. Think about get home. No, because he's just going to follow you home.
As I'm turning into my neighborhood, or I turn my blinker on and I see he's starting to brake, in my mind, that's telling me he's trying to see what move I'm about to make.
The move you should have made is circling the block. Don't go home. In fact, go far away from home.
Turn into my neighborhood. I see as I'm turning, he makes a full stop in the middle of the road. At this point, I know this man is about to follow me. Sorry. So I turn into my neighborhood and I'm screaming to myself in the car, "Get home, Zanai. This man is following you. Get home." I pull into the parking spot, like y'all, I just reversed and I hop out the car. As I'm driving, I'm patting myself looking for keys. I cannot find the keys. So when I pull up to the house, I turn the car off, I grab my purse, I grab both of my phones, and I just run up to my door. My door is locked. I didn't even have the time, y'all, I'm sorry, but I didn't have time to like bang or nothing. I knew my parents were sleeping. As I
Oh, so she probably young. I mean, she looked young, but I thought she was like maybe in her 20s or something. She's pretty young, so she probably don't know. But this is why we say when women be like, we don't need men, da. The reason why people think like go home, because that's where safety feels like to you. But what you don't understand is that's a false sense of safety. People break into people's houses all the time. People run up in your all the time. That ain't real safety. It just feels like it. What's real safety is a police station. You go there, not home. But I understand a high tense situation. You're just scared. And this is where like men, we like, hey, what do I need? How am I gonna get up out of this situation? And I get it. We panic sometimes too. But you gotta calm down. You gotta think with your head. And this is why having a man that can move like that is paramount for situations like this.
Turn around, I see him pull up right like at my walkway. I shoot down the back stairs and I shoot up the back side of my neighborhood. As I'm running, I'm running. If you know me, I ran track pretty fast. I'm running. And I see a lady with her porch light on. I go to her door and I'm banging on her door. I'm asking her, please, like, can you please let me in? She's like, I'm not letting you in, but I'm going to call the cops for you. I'm like, girl, screw you. I go to her neighbor and he has a...
See how y'all going to everybody but the police station. But granted, I know she did. And I know as black folks, we don't always trust the police, but God damn it, I'm not letting you in my house either. I don't know your situation, and now I gotta pick you or my people. No, I'm not letting you in. I'm gonna call the police too. She did the right thing by not letting you in your house and letting you in her house too, because she don't know you unless she knew you. And if she know you, then that's different. But she never seen you before. I don't know what you got going on. if I let you in my house now this becomes my situation too. I'm gonna call the police for you, but what you should have just went to the police station.
Doorbell. I'm ringing his doorbell. But at this point, my thought process is he has jumped out of his car and he is following me. I'm on foot, he's on foot. I need to find somewhere to hide. At this point, I will be blocked in by the two people's house I'm in between. So I take out of that, I run out of there, I run up further through the backside of my neighborhood, and I find a cut. I hide in that cut. I'm on the phone with someone else, and I'm on the phone with the cops. As I'm on the phone with the cops, she's telling me to tell her what's going on. I'm whispering because I'm afraid that like the man is behind me or walking up on me. I didn't want him to hear me. So I'm ducked down, I'm talking, I'm on the phone, telling her what's going on. Both of my phones are lit up. I'm trying to send my location to somebody. I'm trying to lower the brightness, and I see a flashlight. I don't know, y'all. It might have been God. I don't know. But this flashlight, I seen it, but it did not come all the way up to where I was hiding. So once I seen the flashlight go off or turn off, whatever it did, I literally sat there for a few seconds. And I thought to myself, okay, you either finna sit here and this man finna walk up and see you and Lord knows what's gonna happen, or you finna run. I take off running again. By this point, I fall, y'all. My hand is all cut up. My knees are bruised up. Not too bad because I didn't fall too bad, but my ankle, foot is cut up. So I take off running again. As I'm running, I realize, I look around, mind you, I'm in shock. I'm realizing I'm at the front of my neighborhood. Now my thought process is, okay, I took off running. Did this guy go back to his car, and is he now trying to leave the neighborhood? If he's leaving the neighborhood, he's going to see me in the front of the neighborhood. So I take off and I run into a big field near my house. I run into the big field. I'm still on the phone with the cops. I'm running. She's on the phone like, ma'am, I know you're in the field, but you cannot just stay in the open field. You have to find somewhere to hide. So I run behind a dumpster. I'm hiding behind a dumpster. And I'm on the phone with the cops. I'm asking her how far are they. She's not telling me anything. She's just steady asking me questions, which I know is their job, but that is annoying as shit. So, sorry, I'm still so shaken up. So, by that point, I am hiding behind the dumpster. There are big restrooms set up, male and female. So I run over there. I'm hiding over there. I don't know why I didn't think of this first, but I call my mom. And as I'm on the phone with my mom, she jumps up. I'm telling her where I'm at, so she's making her way to me. The cop on the phone tells me the cops are on their way, so I see a flashlight, but it's from afar. I can tell it's from afar. I'm thinking of the flashlight I just saw, which was him. So I'm like, okay, if this is him, I have nowhere to go. If I go into a bathroom stall, I'm trapped. So I duck down on the side. Thank God I heard the man say, "This is the police." In that moment, though, I'm like, I don't know if this could be him lying and saying he's the police to get me to come out. I don't know. So I just by faith, I just peeked my head out, and it was an officer. I run into the officer's arms. I'm like, please, just put me in the backseat of your car, please. Put me in the backseat of your car. Please, my mom is on the way. Just put me in the backseat of your car. He ends up putting me in the backseat of his car. And by that point, my parents were already coming down into the field where I was at. I had threw my purse off. I had to go back and get my purse. Y'all, moral of the story is, please just be safe. Be aware of your surroundings. Like, thank God that God was on my side and that my instincts kicked in and I was somewhat aware of my surroundings.
Yeah, but you took the man straight to your neighborhood. She came over like, okay, am I gonna run? Am I gonna stay? Am I gonna run into a bathroom? Am I gonna go in the field? And you did all that, all you had to do. And granted, all due respect, she's young, so I just don't like how then she get home and she put everything on social media. But so now he knows who you are, and if he's smart, use the IP address. I would just leave this alone. Tell your people, don't put it on social media, but neither here nor there. The first thing of defense, first of all, you got out your car. That would, first of all, you went to your neighborhood. Second, you got out your car. Why? That's your first line of defense. You should have went to the police station. And if you go get out your car, you're going to get out your car in front of the police station and run inside. Or just don't get out your car and stay in the police stay in front of the police station and honk your horn till somebody come outside. Man.
Because Lord knows if I was ditzy and not paying attention or maybe distracted by talking to somebody on the phone, I would not have seen that man break. I would not have seen that man turn into my neighborhood. I would not have seen that man pull up in front of my house. I would have known nothing. So please, y'all, be so aware of y'all surroundings. Make sure y'all are staying alert. And if you can avoid it, please make sure if you're going out, you with your homegirls, you with your friends, or you sharing your location with some people, please, y'all, please. I just thank God.
Alright, so this is the part of my episode where you guys tell me, what do you feel about that story, okay? Before we go on, I want you to comment below right now. What do you think about that story she just told? Because she's right. You do have to be aware of your surroundings. But the way she went about it was so wrong. But before we get into that, let me just say this real quick. Ladies, carry some type of pepper spray. I understand all y'all don't want to carry guns and stuff like that. Pepper spray. Even the fellas should have some pepper spray, because you don't have to worry about unaliving somebody when you're using pepper spray. Sometimes it's good enough just to get somebody off of you so you can really get away. And I know the fellas is probably thinking, bro, I ain't carrying no pepper spray. What I look like with pepper spray? I don't know about y'all. But sometimes there's strangers that are a lot angrier than I am, and I may not want to roll around in the dirt with some stranger because they mad, or I may not want to shoot a random stranger all because a stranger was mad. I might just spray some pepper spray and get you away from me. This is something I've been telling myself I was gonna do. It just makes sense in my head. But ladies, definitely carry y'all some pepper spray in your purse. But back to her story real quick. You might be thinking, like, is this story even real? Well, she turned off her comment section, and social media had a lot of things to say. Right. Check this out right here.
And so I don't want to sound like no bitch. I don't want to sound insensitive, but god damn it, if y'all seen that Cobb County video, get in these comments now, because why I really feel like this girl is lying. And if she ain't lying, then I'm gonna need for y'all that don't have no survival skills in your life, go sign up for taekwondo, karate, what is it? Some type of self-defense. Go sign the fuck up. Because in real time, never should you ever be so scared out of your motherfucking mind that you cannot do what it is for you to make sure that you are okay and you gonna be safe. Hear me clear. That story that young lady just gave us is a fucking diabolical ass story that will be on Tubi or something.
Nah, for real.
And I'm tripping. And this coming from a bitch who done been in some real death of life situations with niggas. And not even dealing with a nigga that done try to chase me home, follow me. Just niggas, crazy ass niggas, period. I done been held at gunpoint. I done had to fight a nigga.
I done been shot at. I done been in situations where people was getting jumped and I was in the middle of it. I was in front of my apartment. Dude hopped out the car, just punched, just stole off on me, then hopped back in the car and drove off. I done had it done. I'm telling you. What you don't do is go home, though. Like, you're in your car, just get home. No, go to the police station. And the rest of it would have been avoided. On God.
Like, I done been raped before. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
and my condolences.
All of these things alone have shaped my fight or flight like none other.
Has anybody heard about the story about the girl from Cobb County? Cobb County, Georgia. Outside of Atlanta. Let's get to it. Alright. This girl from Cobb County, Georgia said she went to the movies late night. And when she left the movies, she was driving home and she realized this man was following her. Okay?
All right, give me the breakdown.
So she said she skirt this way, he skirt this way. He stopped, she stopped. He break, he break. They playing ring around the rosy around this joint, right? So she says she get this little bad feeling, but she ain't call the police. She ain't call her parents. She ain't call like, no, somebody following me. This is weird. She said she just hit it. She hit it. She said something in her spirit said, go home.
You talk to a manager.
So somebody following you, and something in your spirit say, go home where your parents is at. But you don't call your parents, you don't call your friends, you don't do nothing. Alright. So that's where I feel like everything is a red flag around you, because you did everything wrong. You didn't call your parents, you didn't call your friends, and you didn't call the police first. Hey, yo,
But you knocking on strangers' doors.
I'm not going nowhere. I'm finna come to the police station because guess what? Somebody is following me and I don't know who he is. And this is creeping me out.
Exactly. Go to the police station. Me personally, I would have circled the block a few times to see if they was really following me. Because maybe they wasn't, and maybe we just going in the same direction. And maybe, like she said, maybe they just want to race or something or whatever. Circle the block a few times, see if they following you. At that point, and if you got to run red lights, nigga. I don't give a fuck. But at that point, while you circling the block, you need to be GPSing the nearest police station. Or the hospital with the 24-hour ER, where there's a lot of people in and out in that. Go somewhere populated. Don't go home. Where even if it's people there, you just don't want him to, okay, this is what she say, now I'm going to leave and I'm going to circle back around later. You don't want that. Go somewhere public. Just makes sense. And you would have avoided all of this. And then when you get there somewhere public, then call your parents while you're on your way there. Well, as soon as you know that, either call the police on your way to the police station or call your parents, letting them know you're going to the police station and tell them to meet you there.
You didn't even call your parents and say, you know what? Mom, Dad, get up. Somebody following me. You call the police, I'm going to call the police, and they're going to tell you, baby, go to the police station, drive to the police station.
Duh.
All right, cool. You didn't do that. Then you said something in your spirit told you to go home.
And I know there's going to be people in the comments saying, well, when you're in heat in the moment, that's why I say I know your home feel like the safe space. It's not. That's a false sense of safety. Ask anybody that has gotten their home broken into, their whole sense of safety has been violated. Some people move because they just don't feel safe no more. They realize, dang, this place that I thought that was safe, really not as safe as you think it is. Exactly. Go to the police station. If you ain't trained your mind to think like that, start thinking like that. Play these scenarios off in your head so you're able to calm down a little bit faster in these situations.
So you didn't want to wake your parents up, so you took your ass home unannounced. So you done took the stalker and your crazy ass home. She went to the home without warning. She said, I didn't want to wake up my parents. You better wake them the hell up. There's a serial man on the loose. I don't know who's crazy, him or you. Look, you put everybody in that house in danger when you ain't called no damn body. You could have woke your daddy up and say, Daddy, get the guns right now. My daddy would have had that gun. Bring him over here. My daddy been waiting to shoot somebody. But you put everybody in the house in danger because you ain't make one phone call to nobody. Then she said, she got to the house, she parked it, and she ran. He followed her all the way to the neighborhood, and she parked it and ran. Girl, are you out your damn mind? You are a woman. I'm not saying women can't beat men. But lady, you was never supposed to get out that damn car and that man was behind you.
Duh. And like I said in the beginning, your car is your first line of defense. It is your first weapon and your first line of defense. If you don't know that, they tell you that all the time. Where did I learn that at? I learned that somewhere, but your car is your weapon and your line of defense, right? Never get out your car unless you are surrounded around people that can help you. Do not get out that car. And lock the doors and don't get out. Keep it moving. If he get out, then you move. That was just she did a lot of things wrong. I ain't gonna, and like I said, I would point that out as I was watching it.
So she said, I go tell the neighbors, I seen somebody doing something with their dog. I go tell a neighbor, hey, that lady said, get your crazy ass from around here. I ain't helping you.
Right, because you put me
You
in
didn't
danger.
give me a warning. If you would have called somebody, I would have had the police here by the time you got here. The lady said, get your ass home. She got out and she said she ran to a field and then she's on the phone with police saying, hey, this guy's following me.
I wonder if this was even real. We're about to find out.
The dispatcher said, you got to get out the field. We gotta figure out where to tell them to meet you at. Girl, let me tell you something. I don't know about this story. I don't know if this is maybe in your head. Let me take that back. I feel like this story is true. But baby, you gotta go to some type of class, some type of self-defense class, because you did everything wrong. I don't know if you learned a damn thing that your parents taught you. This is crazy.
She learned how to make a TikTok.
She does have a point. Like, if somebody is following you or you think somebody's following you, the last place you want to go to is
home.
Your house. Because now there's really no escaping this person. Because where else you gonna go besides your house? Eventually, you gotta be home, so this person knows exactly where to find you. Instead, continue over to the next street. Make a suspect left, see if they follow you again. Drive to a public parking lot where there's other people. And if it's too late and you don't know where else to go, drive to the closest police station. And then call somebody to trail you back home. But please, people, be aware of your surroundings. If you peep somebody keep making the same turns behind you, do not turn on your street on where you live. Go in a different direction until that car is not behind you anymore. Better safe than sorry. I'm somebody that I always know what color car is behind me, what kind of car is behind me, because I'm paying attention to the vehicles that's behind me as well. But when she say that she got out the car and she started running on foot, what is this, a scary movie? That sounds like just a disaster for you to be the white girl in a scary movie that falls and the monster grabs you up. But I understand, sometimes your fight or flight kicks in and your brain goes dull. But visualizing these moments can really help. And also, this goes for everybody. Try not to keep the same patterns every single day. Because if somebody is watching you, they are paying attention to your patterns, and that can open up for them to break into your crib. That can open up for them to get to you. If you are doing the same things over and over again, things could go south real easy and you won't even see it coming. Listen to this story right here, how this lady got caught up because somebody was paying attention to her patterns.
I was in college. My dad told me before he left from dropping me off, he was like, switch up your routine sometimes walking home, like back to your dorm. He was like, never keep the same route too long. Now, when I went to college, it was 2015. Now, this was my freshman year when he told me this, so I'm like, okay. So fast forward, I'm in my junior year. I used to go to this place called 7th Street Underground. For the people that know, they know. Where I was singing every day. It had a piano, computers, things and such, right? That became my routine. I went there between classes, after classes, late at night. But one time I'm at Walmart. And as I walk out to get on the shuttle, I didn't have a car at this time. As I walk out to get on the shuttle, there's a man sitting on a bench. Now, if you know, on a shuttle, it don't matter what age you are. Like, you can get on the shuttle. So ignore my hair, I get it done tomorrow. Messages, switch it up. So anyway, there's this man at the bench. Now, as I'm waiting on the shuttle, another man walks up to me. And he's wearing like a magician hat, little pants, a little shirt, but you can tell he's an older man. And he comes not even 2 inches away from my face and says, we've been looking all over for you. Now imagine that, you waiting on the shuttle, and some person you've never seen, it was a white man at that, jumps in your face and says, we've been looking all over for you. You and who? And he looks at the man on the bench. Now this man looked like he's about in his 50s, got shades on, he never looked at me. Tell me you wouldn't be freaked out. So back then I was pretty ratchet, okay? And I jumped back and I said, you get the so-and-so on my face. He said, we know you. We've been watching you. What do you mean you've been watching me? He said, you sing every day. Imagine that I got 4 bags of groceries, fresh out of Walmart, and 2 really grown men are telling me they watch me every day. I ain't never seen y'all a day in my life. He would not get out my face. Broad daylight, at least 2 p.m. Run back into the Walmart. I call my ex at the time. I call him. I say, look, I give him a 411. He pulls up. The people are gone. Real story. Wouldn't even lie to you. When I make it to my house that day, and the video was in my phone somewhere. When I made it back to my house that day, my home door was glued shut. Glued shut. And I'm not talking about Elmer's glue.
When the people came, they had to take my entire door off because it was construction glue. They could not do anything about it. My sister and my brother-in-law had to come while I sat in a hallway and tried to understand why somebody would want to shut me in my house. Long story short, when I took it to management of that complex at the time, she told me don't say nothing, it would make the school look bad. My point is, because I lost the plot. I promise you I did, just thinking about it. Switch up your routine, always. From that point on, I had about 4 different ways to make it to my apartment. The back way, the front way, through the classes, through the buildings. Never be too predictable. Bye, y'all.
These are unfun facts that could save your life. Part 4. If you ever wake up in the middle of the night and you smell gas, do not turn on the light switch. A spark from a light switch can blow up the entire house. If you ever feel like someone is following your car, take 4 right turns and eventually it'll make a circle. If they're still behind you, chances are they are following you. Do not go home. Just call the police and then drive to the police station. If anyone ever tries to grab you, make sure you scratch them because their DNA is now going to be embedded in your fingernails. If a service dog approaches you without its owner, follow the service dog because you could actually save somebody else's life.
Needless to say, y'all be careful out here. Stop thinking that this world is so nice and dandy just because you're nice and dandy and you want the world to be nice.
Right.
Listen, it don't matter what side of town you live on, people are crazy everywhere, all right? So the best thing for you to do is practice these scenarios. So when the scenario actually happens, you know exactly what to do. Like something every man should do is practice exactly what to do and explain it to his family what everybody should do in case of a break-in. It's best to train and practice for the moment than be in the moment and now you're trying to figure out what to do. But anyways, y'all hit that like button, subscribe.
Well, I don't know if the story ended up being true. I wish I could tell you it was or not. I mean, it is what it is. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. If it is, she is dumb. If it's not, she's dumb for making it up. This is the thing with the social media. I'm going to get a little off topic for a second. This is the thing with the social media stuff. I miss back when social media was just about... Social media, and this sounds crazy. Hear me out. It was a time where social media was just people's highlight reels. And we hated that. Like, social media is just people's highlight reels. Now social media is just made up content. I hate that people make fake stories. I'm not saying this is fake, but it's a good chance it could be. I hate that people make up fake stories. Make up fake scenarios. I seen a skit where people like make skits, making it to be real so they can rage bait. Like social media now is full of rage bait. It ain't even just highlights no more. It's rage bait. It's things that get you to engage with them. So the algorithm can pick it up and push it to more people so they can go viral. It ain't even just about highlight reels no more. And before highlight reels, it was just people just sharing their life. And then it turned to highlight reels, now it turned into rage baiting. And it's like, dang, you can't even peep out what's authentic no more. You will realize you spending 30 minutes comment. Like, we could have made a whole video. I could have just made a whole video. Top Boogie could have just spent hours on a whole video that was just made up. On a whole story that was just made up. We wasted our time commenting on something that could have just been fake to begin with. That's a waste of fucking time. Now, granted, what good could come out of it is somebody could be watching this and then a week later something happened and they remembered our video and now they're making the right decision and it saves their life. So something good could come out of it. But god damn it, we could have just made our video and just wasted our motherfucking time. You could have just watched this and it done nothing for you. Or it could save your life. Who knows? But what it could do is give me a new subscriber. So hit the like and subscribe button and join the Prosper Gang. We keep it in PG. There's a whole lot of prosperity going on around this mug. And shout out to Top Boogie. Go subscribe to him too. His YouTube will be in the description below. So yeah, just remember, nothing is impossible to they who try. But a lot of things wrong with this lady's story. Till next time, I am out. Deuce.